they do that is putting a lot of money in their pockets, and to give up commitments like to those things, I think is a challenge for some of them.
Going back to the bubble, how were you mentally in the bubble? Like, everybody worries about now this mental health that, a lot of people are having, and, being confined in that one area. How'd you hold up?
I thought I held up good. I thought our team, we would do, different things to try to, make sure that, guys were okay. Because once you got on the property, we arrived on the property in Orlando July 9th. And we were there until I think August 20th or something like that. So we were there a little over a month, and you couldn't leave the property. I thought the NBA did a really good job of protecting everyone. We were getting tested every single day. You knew that everybody on the property, everybody that you saw on that property was getting tested. So you didn't really have that fear that you was nervous about being around anyone. We had to social distance. We had to wear our mask. We had entertainment. It was really like being on a college campus, and you just didn't leave that campus for over a month for us. But, you look at guys like, the Lakers who were playing in the finals against Miami, those guys were there until October. That was tough. Mentally, that was a little tough, but, we had the best of everything. We had, most of those guys have suites. You have food, you have you access to pretty much whatever you want. They were allowed to.
Y'all didn't have no groupies in there, did you?
No, you didn't. You didn't have that.
Monique.
No, but
I heard somebody try to sneak one in though.
Yeah, I think no, he didn't. I don't think he snuck that person in. I think that person was one of the medical
testers.
People. Oh, yeah. Wow. She was a sneaky freaky.
Yeah, well, again, you're having conversations every day because you're getting tested.
Right.
So,
right.
So you're talking to those folks every day, and I don't know if that conversation led to something else, but it was. I thought the NBA did a really good job with it.
Hey, Coach, when you first came in the league, who was the first one to give you the business when you was a rookie?
Oh man, the guy that was tough for us to guard.
I'm saying to us.
No.
Say you, not to us.
No. Who bust your ass? Not the team. Who bust your ass personally?
No, because
you came in the league.
Okay, no, I'm saying us because Gary had him first. Remember, I came off the
We talking about when you stepped in the league.
Your rookie year, when you were a rookie.
Okay, my rookie year. Okay.
Yes.
Derek Harper.
Hollywood Harp.
Derek Harper was a big guard, and it wasn't so much me guarding him. I could guard him, but he was guarding me. And my first playoff game, I remember Dallas was a really good team. They had Blackman and Sam Perkins and all of those boys, and Aguirre and Mark Aguirre, and I mean they were bad. I mean they had a nice group, and they swept us during the regular season. And we were meeting them in the first round of the playoffs, and they had swept us. They had beat us 4 times during the regular season. So mentally, you already thinking we don't stand a chance against these guys. And sure enough, I go into my first playoff game against Dallas, and Harper, he knows he has to the point where the first time I tried to bring the ball up, he stripped me. Okay. The second time I brought the ball up, he stripped me, and Bernie Bickerstaff called the timeout. So I go to the bench. And I'm walking out to the court, and I could see Hopper sprint from out of his timeout and ran right up on me and put his chest on me, and he's just breathing on me like, I got your ass. I'm sitting there like, you do. You have me. You do.
Hey, Nate, I don't know that you dunked, but have you ever dunked?
Mo, come on now. I gotta see.
I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so who did you first dunk on, and who was the first person that dunked on you?
Dunked on. I mean, you got to go back to college, and then in the NBA, the first person was Jerome Kersey that I dunked on. And I got a picture. I should run upstairs and take it off my wall.
That you dunked on? You gonna take a picture of that picture? And when we do this, when we talk about this, it's gonna come right soon.
Yeah, it was Jerome Kersey. I don't dunked on me.
Who dunked on you?
I don't remember.
Or you was like this. You was like this.
No, I'll tell you this.
Who was that person?
Michael, we were playing Michael Jordan, the Bulls, in a preseason game. And we were playing them in Tennessee. It was a preseason game. And, I knew Michael. I played against Michael when he was in high school. So I knew him, and I knew what he was capable of doing. But this was my first time playing against him in the pros. And, all the height was there. And I was guarding him on the wing. And he had the ball on the wing. And all he did was he did a jab step, step. And I jumped so far, thinking that he was going to go, that I heard the people in the stand say, "Ooh."
Was that a nightmare? Did you hear that in your sleep? Ooh.
All he did was a hard jab, like he was going somewhere. And I'm talking about, I jumped from the 3-point line back into the paint, maybe. And I just remember the fans saying, "Ooh." And all you're thinking about at that point is, ball do not go in.
Do not go in.
And, so I can't think of anybody who dunked on me.
Okay.
That's a.
Okay, so I have another question. How did you pick your number? College, NBA, and did you ever have to pay someone to get your jersey back?
No, I was just a 10 just represents me. I'm a dime piece.
You've always been a 10?
I'm a dime piece.
Mo, I'm a dime piece. Come on.
I know, man, but
no.
For the people who don't know,
10 was just a number. I didn't have 10 until I got to the NBA. I wore 12 before. I wore 23 before, and 10 was a number that I picked once I got to the NBA. I don't know why. That was a number that felt right at that time. My favorite.
Not a lucky number, or
no, because my favorite player when I came into the league was Mo Cheeks and Magic Johnson. Those were the two guys that I grew up watching Mo and watching Magic. And when I had the opportunity to play against Magic. You know, I was considered a big guard. He was an even bigger guard, but those were two guys that, you know, and they didn't wear number 10, you know, so, you know, but I don't know. That was a number that felt right.
Good. You made well of that number.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mo, what was your number? I heard you had game back in the day.
All right.
Okay,
No, I've seen Mo out on the floor once or twice.
Shooting air balls?
No.
No.
I played ball.
And then I was told that she had some game.
I got all the game. First of all.
God. Hey, Mo, don't do it.
No, first of all, let me just tell y'all.
Mute your phone.
I started in junior high, went to high school, went to junior college.
We all did that.
And it started every game, never sat on the bench, always was the one that I was the point guard. My number was 11.
Okay.
That's all I can remember. I can't remember any other game. So for me, I love the game. For me, I love the game, but couldn't tell you what the hell we did yesterday. I couldn't tell you my stats. I couldn't tell you what we did.
That's not a sign of a good point guard if you can't remember.
But, you know,
that's not the sign of a good point guard if you can't remember.
Hey, it was day by day. Yesterday didn't matter. So if we won, we won. If we lost, we lost. We got to move on to the next day. That's just how I was.
You sound like an NBA coach. We can't do nothing about last game. We focus on tonight.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach.
Sure.
Who did you circle on your calendar who you know couldn't check you when you played?
Fresh, I wasn't that type of guy. I just my thought was I've always played with guys like Gary and Detlef and Kemp, and you know, I wasn't a scorer. I was more of a facilitator, and I never, you know, in JUCO, I did everything. I scored, I rebounded, I averaged a triple-double in JUCO. Mm-hmm. But I've never been a big-time scorer. I've always had those guys on my team, and I knew my job was to defend, get them the ball when I did, and make them happy. You know, keep them happy.
Okay.
You know, so scoring never was, you know, a big thing for me. It was like whatever it takes to win. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you have to defend, if you have to dive on that floor, if you have to rebound, if you have to keep that shooter over there happy, whatever it takes to win, that's what Nate is going to do.
Gotcha. Thank you for that, Coach.
Okay, I have a question about when you was at NC State and played under Jimmy V. Mm-hmm. What was something you took from him? You know, what the lessons learned?
Coach, I think you know, in my coaching, I took a little bit from all of my coaches, and I had some great coaches in Coach V, Casey Jones coached me in Seattle, Bernie Bickerstaff, George Carl. You know, I played for some really good coaches, even in high school, you know, Coach McLean. But Coach V was, you know, he really didn't get the credit for his X's and O's. You know, he was a guy that really was a motivator. He spoke, when he spoke to you or when he addressed his team, you know, he's one of those guys that could get you to pretty much do whatever. You know, it's like listening to Obama. You know, when President Obama speak, you know, it just, he grabs you. You know, they have a way of just grabbing your attention and getting you to kind of focus in on what they're saying. And Coach V had that skill to be able to do that. He, you know, would address his team. He would get you to believe that you could pretty much do anything out there. You could beat anybody out there. And words were important to him. And, those were, I think that was one of the things that I took from Coach V and Coach K. These guys, the first thing that they said to their team, they worked on that just as hard as they worked on the practice plan. And the reason for that was to get that team's attention quickly, to get them focused on the vision that they had, that they were laying out for that particular team. So I would say just being able to communicate with the team, knowing the importance of using words to communicate with your team.
All right, well, this is the end of the show where we asked 21 questions. We're trying to get you to go through all the questions without messing up. Once you mess up, that's it, you're done.
Okay.
And you got 7 seconds to answer the question.
Okay.
So that last guest only got through 4. So I mean, you got the bar set low for you to,
okay.
go to the top.
Right. Here we go.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
Right.
Take a deep breath. Number 1, 10 plus 1.
11.
Ricky, Bobby, Ralph, Mike, Ronnie, and Johnny form what 90s R&B group?
Hold up. Say that
again. Ricky, Bobby, Ralph, Mike, Ronnie, and Johnny. Okay. Jeez. Okay, number 3. Michael Jordan played for how many NBA teams?
2.
Number 4. This is a tough one. What is Rudy Huxtable's real name? 7 seconds.
That's Rudy Huxtable.
Rudy Huxtable. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say that when I see her, Rudy.
All right, well, that was a good try. Good try, James. We thank you so much.
What is
Keisha Knight Pullum.
Yeah, Keisha. You should have had like a multiple choice there, like 3. Keisha.
That's too easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Nate, we are so grateful that you came on, and love you so much. I miss you guys so much.
But Mo, Peanut, Fresh, look, man. You guys have that opportunity to spend some time with a really dear person to me. She's just as cool. Look, to be able to sit in there with you guys and hold her own. She has always been able to hold her own, just as cool as, hey man, the other side of a pillow, as they say. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Enjoyed it, and anytime you guys want to talk, I'm gonna go back to work though. So I plan on going back and being on the sidelines here.
Well, when you become a head coach, get me out of the video room. I'm so done with it. So I'm over it. I understand it, but.
Okay, Pete, give me a little something about you. You're 6.
I'm not. I'm 5'9" on a good day.
5'9".
In all honesty, not bragging. Nobody better than me than making someone better at basketball. Proofs in the pudding.
Thanks for tuning in to the Outta Pocket Show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and follow us on YouTube at Outta Pocket Show. And don't forget to tune in next week. Peace.
Hi, this is Nate McMillan, and you're listening to the #1 talk show in Las Vegas with my man Peanut, my girl Mo, and my man Fresh.